60 hours. That's 4 times what me and Brandon did, and that was barely manageable. What is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Justin, and you guys are here with JustInkD. So in today's video, we're going to be having some fun by learning some odd, interesting, and weird facts that have to deal with tattoos that you probably thought could never be true. Now, if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. In this channel, we pretty much talk about all things that are tattoo related, my experience opinions in certain topics, but most importantly, my journey towards getting amazing tattoos and working towards an awesome bodysuit, from the Pharaoh to the Anubis to the out of this world astronaut. All have been amazing pieces done by Brandon. And to show you guys what we have at the back of the thigh, it's going to be something incredible you do not want to miss. And I have booked a couple other appointments for other areas as well, so you definitely don't want to miss that. Go ahead, subscribe, join the community. But let's get to today's video, guys. Let's go. Now, there were a lot that I found online, and I wish I could include them all. But I went and grabbed the most interesting and fun ones for you and me to talk about. I am going to skim through them so I can get as many in as I can. But I also want to make a disclaimer and say some of the facts may be a little bit outdated or may not be like 100% fully true. I tried to do my research on all of them to kind of get the best and most information possible that was correct for you guys. But at the end of this day, this video is meant for kind of entertainment and fun purposes, just so you give you guys kind of an understanding into tattooing, the history behind it, and all that. But I also want you guys to do me a favor and go ahead in the comment section and let me know of any fun, weird, or interesting facts that you know about that have to deal with tattoos, so maybe we can make a part 2. So this is a fun first fact that I got for you guys, and it is the word tattoo and how it came to be. So the first guy to actually come up with this word was Joseph Banks. He was a naturalist on a Polynesian expedition, and he pretty much grabbed a word which was ta from the Polynesian kind of language, which meant to strike, and it also kind of resembled the sound that the needle made when it hit the skin during the ceremonies. So the next one I got for you guys is the most common area tattooed for both male and female. So I'll give you a quick second to kind of guess and think about it. Not enough time. So for females, it is actually the ankle area, which I didn't know and I wouldn't have thought of. But for the males, I did know this one, and it is actually the arm area. So the next fact that I got for you guys is how the ink and the skin actually kind of go together and work together. So when we look at a tattoo, we pretty much see it through the epidermis, which is the top layer, and then the ink sits actually in the second layer of your skin, which is the dermis. You have a third layer as well, but that's something we do not need to worry about. And when you put ink into the skin, it is going about 1.5 to 2 millimeters below the surface of the skin, which is that sweet spot for the dermis. And the reason why it's so important to put it in this layer is because of the cells are the most stable in this area, which pretty much means that the ink won't disperse, it will fade less than any other area, and just makes for a better and long-lasting tattoo over the overcoming years. So now that we know how deep the needle goes and you know where the ink sits, the next question is, how many times per minute is our skin being pierced? And the answer to that is actually 50 to 3,000 times per minute, which is a lot, and it actually can be increased even more by the number of needles that the artist is using. Not all artists use one needle. They actually use a grouping of needles that can be in like a circular form or more of a line form. And with that added extra needles adds more puncturing to the skin. So the next fun fact that I got for you guys, and this is probably one of my favorite facts of all, and that is how the ink is actually put into the skin. We know where it sits, we know how many times it's being pierced, we know how far to go and how deep to go, but how does it actually get into the skin? And this is where my mind was blown when I figured this out. And I want to give a big thank you to Fireside Tattoos for not only teaching me, but also letting me use their visual to help you guys better understand this as well and how it works. And pretty much it uses a vacuum method. And what happens in this is when the tattoo is going in, when that needle is puncturing the skin, it is creating a vacuum. There's no air. And when it is getting pulled out, there's ink that is still sitting on that skin, and what happens is it's want to suck in whatever is there, and what happens is the ink is there, so it sucks in that ink into that spot where that needle was, and there you go. That is how it actually is deposited into the skin. And when I learned that, again, I was just mind blown. Now I will mention that there's going to be a video link in the description for you guys to go check out their video to learn more about it, because there's a lot more you want to know, and it's definitely an interesting video to watch. So the next fun fact I got for you guys, and this one's pretty interesting as well, is the word tattoo is one of the most misspelled words in the English language. I know, that just sounds so true, doesn't it? The right way to spell this word is T-A-T-T-O-O, but a lot of us will spell it T-A-T-O-O or T-A-T-T-O. And the funny thing about this is our mind kind of adds in that extra letter without us even knowing, and it kind of goes and evades the I. So next time you are writing the word tattoo, double check, triple check, and make sure that you have spelt it the right way. So the next fun fact I got for you guys is actually between males and females. Who do you think is more tattooed? If you guess males, then you are wrong. Females actually beat males in being more tattooed. But another fun and interesting fact to note is that females are twice as likely to get their tattoos removed as compared to men. And when asked why, it was because of the, social stigma, pressure, they got a new job, or they just felt they outlived it. So as much as they may be more tattooed, they are actually more likely to get them removed as well. So I got another interesting fun fact for you guys, and that is the oldest tattooer in the world is 97 years old, and that is held by this Filipino woman. Her name is Wang Od Age. I think I pronounced it right. She was born in 1917 and has been tattooing for over 80 years. Incredible amount. And she's also expected to receive a National Treasure Award from our government for her kind of contribution to the art. Now let's talk about a fun fact that has to do with laser. And contrary to popular belief, black is actually the easiest color to remove out of all the colors. And the reason why is it is able to absorb the most amount of rays compared to anything else. Now the hard colors to kind of remove are yellow, green, turquoise, or any kind of fluorescent dyes. Those are the hard ones that are going to take a lot more time, but black is definitely the easiest. So the next fun fact is thanks to Otzi the Iceman, he was actually found in the glacier in the Alps, and he dates back to 3250 BC, which is about 5,000 years ago. And what we can get from him is he is physical proof of the oldest tattoos on record. And that's 5,000 years ago. What he has on him is about 61 tattoos that range from like dots to lines, and is used of carbon ink, which they believe was either kind of a form of acupuncture or pain relief. Obviously, we don't know that to be for a fact, but what we do know is that he is the oldest physical proof we have of tattoos that date back that far. And again, that is 5,000 years, which is a long time. So the next fun fact, and it kind of goes off Ozzy, and as we know, he is obviously the physical proof that we have that dates back tattooing to over 5,000 years. But there's also been some things that have come about where people and archaeologists have found equipment that they believe was used into tattooing that dates back to the last ice age. This stuff has been found in Scandinavia, France, Portugal, and it dates back almost 12,000 years ago. Much before Ozzy was ever born, and it is crazy to think that humanity has been tattooing for that long before. So the next fun fact I got, and it kind of has to do with the creation of the tattoo machine and how it came to be. So interestingly enough, the tattoo machine got its inspiration from Thomas Edison's electric pen, and the man who made it was Samuel O'Reilly, who created this in 1891, and all he really did was he added a needle onto it and an ink reservoir as well. So now here's my final interesting fact that I got for you guys, and it is the world's longest single session. And as much as me and Brandon would love to hold this for our 16-hour session that we did on my astronaut tattoo, it gets blown out of the water by an Italian artist named Alessandro Bonacorsi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And he holds the record for the longest single session. It was streamed live for over 2 million people to watch with a tattoo that lasted over 60 hours. 60 hours! That's 4 times what me and Brandon did, and that was barely manageable. So I don't know how the hell that he did that, but that is one of the craziest things I've heard of, and applause to him and his canvas for doing that. So I listed a lot of fun facts for you guys that were weird, interesting, and just all over the place, but I just had such a great time doing this video. I learned a lot, and I hope you guys did too. I want you guys to go ahead and comment and let me know any other weird, fun, or interesting facts that you know that you found online. Go ahead and comment, because I really want to make a part 2 to this. I had a fun time. I also want you guys to go ahead and like the video, subscribe so you can participate in my weekly giveaway, the Sandroom Sheet. Now, I do want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters. I appreciate you guys so much. And if you are also interested in participating and joining Patreon, it'll be linked in the description. There, you're able to kind of chat more with one-on-one with me. You also get to see tattoos that I haven't got yet and posted to YouTube and my Instagram, so that's another big benefit. And there's also little other things as well, but most importantly, it's just for supporting and gives me the ability to kind of get tattoos at a much faster pace. Finally, I just want to say thank you so much for giving me your time, and like always, Justin out. Later, guys.